Hi, I will just take this opportunity to introduce my two guests for the night's program. And we have, first of all, we have the lovely daughter of Professor Don Jacob, Donita de Freitas Jacob.
Thank you.
And it's always a pleasure.
It's a pleasure to meet you.
Welcome to Act 25.
Thank you.
And we have Senpai. I need to get the name correct. Koutava. All the way from Vancouver in Canada. It's a pleasure.
It's a pleasure, dear. Thank you very much.
Welcome again to Acts 25.
Thank you.
Let me first start with you, Donita. Most people would like to find out, what's it like to be the daughter of Professor Don Jacob?
You know, George, it's a good feeling. Let's just say that. You know, I was blessed to be born to somebody so great. That's all I could say. You know, the foundation that my father has built for me and my siblings is one that I don't know how grateful I could be for that. You know, in terms of personally how it feels to be Professor Don Jacob's daughter, I'd have to say, you know, you're always on stage and you can't afford to limp in front of the lame. You know, meaning that, you know, you have to be able to set an example, especially if, you know, you belong to an organization that, you know, we have a certain belief, you know, we have a philosophy. You know, it's not just martial arts. You know, it's not just kicking and punching. You know, it's about, you know, if you have an interview, you can step into an interview and you could present yourself. It's about confidence. You know, and I know that because I'm an instructor and I'm Professor Don Jacob's daughter, you know, people look up to me as well. Young females, even males, you know, it's a wonderful, wonderful feeling.
Now, I know that when you started your martial arts, the first time you walked into the dojo, you were still in diapers, in Pampers actually. That was a very young age. And your first major tournament you went to in Grenada was at age 3.
3 years old.
Some people will ask, what could somebody at age 3 actually do? Could you recall, or is it?
I do, you know.
Yeah.
I could recall, you know, I recall being 3 years old and being in a gi and kicking and punching and playing games with my brothers. I remember at Christmas time, when my dad would buy us, I never had a Barbie, you know. I had a classic nunchaku, a yellow one with with black stripes. We had G.I. Joes. We had, you know, action figures, you know. I think I had like 2 teddy bears or something like that, maybe, you know. But it was just awesome. But I do remember, not everything, but I remember kicking and punching and having that foundation. What I can say though is that sometimes, even now, I don't even know how I do certain things. You know, it just comes naturally. You know, it can be genetic. It is genetic, but I mean, it's like, I don't know where I pull it out from. You know, so I guess I've had those teachings from, you know, the age of 3. You know, because a lot of people look at me and they say, wow, look at that kick. For example, in the magazine, you know, I don't even know I pull that out. You know, but it's just that it's been in me forever, you know, from day one.
Now, art and singing was something that you really wanted to do before martial arts. You weren't forced into martial arts because you were already born into martial arts, but you preferred, or you had set your sights on arts and singing, but then you stayed with the martial arts. After all these years now, when you look, do you still have that urge for the arts, for singing and for dancing? Well, I know that in some of the katas, you know, there's a dance move, so you still have the dancing. Right? But and I guess the martial arts is art too.
It is a form of art. You know, the thing is, you know, with my parents, my dad, he was always aware that I had other talents as well. And he would push me in every direction, you know, so whichever one I excelled at, that's the direction. You know, so I remember he'd buy me a karaoke machine. You know, he'd buy me a guitar every time you travel. You know, he'd buy me, a keyboard. You know, sometimes I wouldn't even know how to play these instruments, but I could play by ear because I love music. You know, but it ties in, and we call it in Purple Dragon purple thread. Everything ties in. So, you know, as you said with the kata, guess what? A kata for us means a ceremonial dance. So when you do a kata, it looks like a dance, but you have that focus, right? So I still get to do what I love doing. You know, yeah, but the singing, I sing to myself every day. I sing for Daddy. Daddy's my biggest fan. You know, he's always saying, Donita, you know, you can sing. So you know what? Maybe one day I could sing a Purple Dragon song.
Okay.
You know, that's the next step.
Maybe before the show ends, we maybe have you.
George, don't do that.
Let me just hold on for a few minutes and go across to Senpai. I know that you are here for one main reason because you will be opening a school in Canada when you go back, and you came to view the type of training that's been done here at the which we consider the world headquarters of the Purple Dragon. Tell me a bit about yourself, how you got involved in Purple Dragon, and then we'll go on to the opening of the gym.
Sounds good. I'm an English teacher, really. This is my profession. I have a BA in English, and I started Purple Dragon. Actually, I found Purple Dragon in 2005. I have a son who will be 13 in next month, and he was 5 then. So I wanted to find a martial arts that will help me be more confident. You know, he was a bit bullied at school, and I said, you know, I do not want this to happen to my child, so I want him to be able to stand up for himself. So I looked around with some of my friends, and then we found the Purple Dragon in Vancouver, Sensei Amber's dojo. And I watched the class, and I liked it, and I thought, okay, this is good. I said, okay, I can bring my son to try. She said yes. And then I brought a friend, and we watched together. In the end, we said, can also adults do, or is it only for kids? Because I thought, you know, this looks good. Maybe I can do it. And then she said, yeah, it's for adults. So I ended up signing up first with my friend, and then my son signed up. We signed up for 3 times a week. We did, I remember, 2 hours a week kickboxing and 1 zitsu. And within a month, we became unlimited. And we went from Monday to Saturday, and we went Saturday 2 hours back to back. I loved it so much. I find it, besides the fact that it's great fitness, I find it very empowering. And I can tell you that only when I became a black belt, I realized, you know, now I think I can defend myself. Mainly I started it for fitness. I really did not think I'm going to open a dojo, for sure not. I never thought of that. I didn't even think that I'm going to go for my black belt. But when I was a blue belt, I said, well, the black belt is not far from blue. And then I went to red, and I said, well, I'm closer. I should go for my black belt. When I was a brown belt, I said, you know, Ioanna, you really must go for your black belt. And that's how it all happened. And then I started teaching. Anyway, I'm a teacher. So I started teaching at the dojo, and I really enjoy it. It's a lot of fun. It is fun, and it's practical. It's empowering, as I said, gives you confidence. You learn self-defense. You can protect yourself. So I think it's a great thing for women, for men, for children, boys and girls. It's a really great sport to have your kids involved. Gives discipline, confidence. It's fantastic. I can't be happier, really. And all of a sudden, I decided, okay, maybe I can open my own dojo. And this had happened.
What changes did this bring upon your life? Like, when you got into the heart of the martial arts? You know, you start, okay, yeah, but as you grow along, what sort of changes did it bring upon your life? Yeah, in you.
You see, we had a tragedy in my family before. In 2004, I've lost my sister, my nephew, my niece, my brother-in-law in a car accident in Greece. So when I started, besides the fact that I thought it was a good sport, it helped me. I thought it would be good for me just to take all the frustration and the anger and the sadness I had in. So it really has helped me. And it has helped me develop focus inside of me. It has helped me see maybe why things happen in life, right? You have some good things that happen to you. You have some bad things happen to you. How do you approach this? And how do you take them? And how can you do with this and for the rest of your life? So it has helped me a lot face this tragedy. It has helped me give me more strength, maybe. I'd say see it from a different point of view. Why this happened? You all ask, why tragedies happen? Why this happens to us and to our loved ones? So it has given me strength. It has helped me face it from a different point of view, you know. It's a very hard thing to swallow. But it has helped me a lot. I can't thank Purple Dragon enough for that. It really has. It has also given me. You see, I'm a little bit quick-tempered. I used to be. Sometimes I'm now. But it has helped me control myself. So, for example, you can drive in the street and somebody can be rude to you or somebody can do, and I found myself that instead of snapping, I just sit back, I breathe in, and I handle it differently. And when you handle it different without being like, go for it like angry and snap, then I think you can deal with it better, you can be more aware of your situation, and you can handle in a more logical way things. So that has been a great change in me, I have to say. Really very important. Very important. When you think back, when you take a step back and you control yourself, you see things differently and you learn how to handle them differently. And then sometimes you see the other people, if they come to you like angry and all that, if you are calm and taken like this, they change. I have noticed that instead other people would just relax too. If they see you relax, then they calm down a little bit. I think it's great. It's a great thing. It's wonderful.